Welcome back to Across the Board with Ian the Colonel here on Hawk Radio, hawkradio.org. And we like to bring you the best bands that have been around for years and that are new up-and-coming bands as well. This is one of those bands. Fantastic group out of Knoxville, Tennessee. No Fiasco, and guitarist and founding member Seth Rollins is with us right now. Seth, how you doing today?
Doing good, man.
Good.
All right.
Good. So I know you guys are really excited right now. This is a big week for you. The CD drops next week on May 10th, the debut CD. And you're actually having a CD release party this Saturday at your hometown in Knoxville, right? I believe you're giving away an iPod?
We are, yeah. We're going to give away an iPod with our the new album on it and everything, so pretty excited about that.
Outstanding. And where can your fans, because again, you're being heard around the country and around the world right now, where is that going to be in Knoxville?
As far as stores?
Yeah.
We're going to have them in select, CD stores around here. As far as there's some disc exchanges around that we're going to have them in, and we're also going to have a run of vinyls with this release. So pretty much every vinyl store in town we've got on board as far as carrying it. Which that's going to be really cool for one.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
And where's the CD release party going to be?
It's going to be at a little place called the Square Room down here. It's probably one of our favorite venues down here as far as, whenever we do headlining stuff. So we're pretty excited about it.
Great. So if anybody's listening right now, check it out, in Tennessee or in that area, go to the Square Room this Saturday. It's the place to be.
And if not, you have time to make plans to get down
That's
there
right.
for this.
Absolutely. Meet these guys before they get too big to meet backstage.
Right.
Now, Seth, the band used to be called Thoroughfare, and you were in that band, and then you guys added Lindsay, and you became The Few, and then there were sort of some legal issues, and now you are No Fiasco. So where did No Fiasco come from?
Basically, once we decided we were going to change the name, and pretty much the only reason we changed the name is we love the name The Few, but basically you couldn't find us online. It's like if you Google The Few or if you look us up on iTunes or whatever, you come across a million pages of military, The Few, the Proud, the Marines type stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So it's business-wise, that just wasn't smart on our end. You want to be the first thing found whenever you Google something. So basically that was the reason we changed it. And we were up in Michigan actually doing a run of shows, and we were kind of, riding around in the van, and we were sitting there thinking, kind of just throwing out, words and, names that we all like, just kind of brainstorming. And it's actually, the name itself, I guess, came from two or three different other names that we kind of just picked, words out of and put together, and we were like, yeah.
I like it.
It sounds good. So,
yeah.
I think the band name automatically translates to a sort of high energy anyway, and I think that's something that fans can expect from you guys when they see you live.
Yeah, and that's one reason that we wanted to go with this name is because, we kind of developed a really energetic show, kind of by accident, but it turned out being, really fun, and it makes for a great show anyways, and we got a lot of response off just the raw energy itself. So, it definitely plays with our energy and our style a lot. So
yeah, now talk a little bit about your live shows. Apparently, that's what's getting you guys super huge right now. Besides the music, that not a lot of people have heard. You're getting out there and getting national attention. But I've heard that you guys take a band run before shows, and you actually have to get limber for your shows, and that you sometimes dress like zombies. I've seen the videos online, so I know you guys have crazy lighting rigs, and you dress like zombies, and there's some paint throwing. Talk to fans about why they should come see you live.
Yeah, basically we try to keep it fresh as every show if we can. We try to do things differently and fresh, and keep every show that you come to see, we want to try to do something at least a little bit different. And as far as what we wear or what we're painting ourselves with that night or something, but
right.
And also the energy too, man. It's I think we all just kind of get off kind of on just just getting up there and playing, and just throwing down as much as possible, because I think that's what we all enjoy for the most part, just getting up there and really connecting with the crowd, or at least trying to connect with the crowd. And up until now we've had a pretty good response as far as just that goes.
Now, for those who haven't heard your music, what do you feel like are your biggest influences in terms of musical influence, and also in the writing process as well?
Right. I know Lindsay's probably biggest influence is Bjork. She's a huge Bjork fan, always has been, and every now and then, and this blows her mind whenever it happens because, I mean, you don't get it a lot, but every now and then somebody will come up and be like, I can really hear, like, Bjork in your style. And she, of course, that's, like, the biggest compliment she can handle, And, of course, like, Muse, Mew of Montreal, Circus Survive's a big one for me.
Sure.
Bands like that we're all really just, we listen to for pleasure, for one, and then, we kind of, of course, anything you listen to for pleasure kind of just like translates into inspiration,
Right.
So.
Now, I've heard you guys describe your sound as "quote-unquote" progressive dance rock. Now, I've played your music for some people, that have asked me about the band, because I've been talking a lot about you guys. We've talked about you on the air and off the air as well. I sort of describe your sound before somebody's heard you as, to me, you guys sort of sound like Paramore meets the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Is that fair,
Okay.
or am I off there?
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll take that. I mean, we tend to get a lot of, pretty much anybody with a girl singer we pretty much get compared to, which, that's great because there's a lot of bands out there right now with girl singers. So, and, we try our best to, as far as our style goes and our writing, to, write in a way and in, like, our own style that would set us apart from bands that we can think of that, okay, if this progresses more and we keep getting bigger, then they're ultimately going to be, I guess you could say, competition as far as, just the business goes.
Sure.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take those compliments any day because those are great bands, and I listen to those bands as well, so.
You're listening to Across the Board with Ian the Colonel, and we're here with Seth Rollins, the guitarist from Oh No Fiasco. Now, you guys have toured with Finger 11, Seven Dust, 10 Years, Saliva, Red. What did touring with these guys bring to your atmosphere, and did you learn anything from them about putting that into your show or your writing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially, with the 10 Years guys, I mean, they're from our hometown, and, a couple of them are actually pretty good personal friends of mine and a couple other guys in the band, So, I mean, I was going to see their shows at little clubs here in town, before, several years before they were even as big as they, before they broke, really, So, I mean, and, they had a really, energetic show, and so, I mean, we really drew, I myself, anyways, drew a lot of inspiration from those guys, and just being able to play with them, like in our hometown, when they're packing out like a 1,500 person venue, we've played with them once or twice, opening for them, and it's pretty amazing, and especially like Seven Dust too. I mean, we had a couple good shows with them to where and got to talk with several of them, and I mean they were really inspirational as well. Great guys. Saliva guys were awesome as well. I mean, definitely. I mean, we learn every time we play with a big band like that, So.
Seth, for you personally, who are some of your inspirations as guitarists? Who are some of your favorite guitarists to listen to?
Right. I guess looking back, probably the first band and the first guitarist who really made an influence on me was Pink Floyd, like David Gilmour. I mean, that's I really just drew a lot of inspiration, like just growing up, starting to play guitar and learning. And then probably the reason I play guitar, I tell you the truth, and the reason I'm doing it right now is probably the Smashing Pumpkins, like Billy Corgan
Sure.
and James E. Hall, that
Yeah.
Melancholy and Infinite Sadness album.
Right.
I remember the day I bought that album, and it was looking back on it, that's probably the reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So
Immediate impact on your life, obviously.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And that's that obviously meant a lot to me. It's just, I don't know, it was a great album.
The debut album for your band, now titled Oh No Fiasco, the debut album comes out Tuesday, May 10th. The first single released is Where You Used to Be. I love this song. Absolutely outstanding stuff. And you're actually shooting a new video any day now. Is it for, what's the video for? What song is that for? And tell us a little bit about shooting that video.
The video is for Standin' Lover. We've
Okay.
got Where You Used to Be is another one of probably my favorite songs on the album. And
Mhm.
Standin' Lover is actually going to be the single that we push off the album. So we're going to be doing a video for that actually the week after the CD release, and then the week after that we're heading back out on some shows. So I mean, it's definitely, we're working our butts off right now. It's a busy week, busy several weeks actually.
I'd say, what's planned for the video shoot? Do you know what the concept is yet?
Yeah, we've been meeting with our producer, the guy who's going to be shooting the video. We've had several meetings with him, Scott W. Lee. and we've been going over concepts and like sets and like how, you know, props, and it's gonna be crazy by the time it's all done. You know, we're really trying to make it reflect our style and our name and everything. So it's definitely gonna be something to look out for.
Obviously, you know, people are learning about you. How can they keep up with you along the lines of social media? Obviously, you guys have a website, maybe a Twitter, everything. Let the fans know where they can.
Pretty much every social networking avenue we're on. So I mean, definitely nofiasco.com is our website that we actually just released probably 3 weeks ago. So we're pretty excited about that. We're going to be doing all kinds of like blogs and photo blogs to kind of like keep things interesting on that. I'm actually going to be doing a photo blog on all the bathrooms and the venues we play in, like, because we're dirty a lot, and I've washed my head in some pretty raunchy scenes. So
that's an original concept. I like it.
You know, at least describe it, you know, to a few people, and then they might like that. But and also Facebook's another big avenue. Facebook.com/OnoFiascoMusic. That's probably, you know, that's really how we personally keep in touch with our fans. You know, so I mean, that's a huge one, and then obviously the Twitters and everything else too. You know, so
and
look us up.
Super important is on your website, nofiasco.com, you can actually stream a lot of the new songs already. So you can go, listen, get used to this band, and immediately when you listen, you will become a fan. Catchy songs, great lyrics, just love what you guys are doing. Where are you? I know you have a great tour coming up this year. Where are some of the places that fans can see you around the country and I guess internationally if you're traveling that far?
Right. Well, just all throughout last year, North Carolina this year, you know, North Carolina is becoming a huge state for us as far as like some of the cities and the responses we get. So North Carolina definitely, and then it's looking like we're going to be up in like the upper Midwest and the Northeast, which, you know, like around Chicago, Michigan area, New York area. It's looking like we're going to be up there a good bit this summer as well. So definitely keep an eye out for us.
A little bit of everywhere. Awesome.
It's good to play the big cities too. Get that, get the exposure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
What are you most looking forward to? Obviously, as you guys are getting bigger, are you in a tour bus yet?
We are not. No, we are not in a tour bus.
Okay.
We have our touring rig, which is basically a van, you know. But we're lucky. It's a Sprinter van, so it's like we've got a little more room than we would have if we had like a 15-passenger or something. And we've done some modifications in there where we can all sleep well. We still sleep in Walmart parking lots, basically, which we love.
I know the feeling.
We don't have to pay for a hotel room, and you can sleep pretty comfortably.
Right. A little plug for Walmart there. What are you most looking forward to? You know, is getting huge. You guys definitely will get huge. You know, that's a given. You know, obviously sleeping in a hotel, but what else are you looking forward to? You know, playing for big crowds. You know, getting more famous, more money. What is it?
Yeah, no, I mean. Well, making money would be obviously, you know, that would be awesome.
Right.
But I mean, you know, we're not doing it for the money right now. So, but I mean, just playing shows, getting out and touring. It's like we all, I think, have developed somewhat of an addiction for touring. And actually, one of our songs called "Clarity" is about
great song.
Basically wanting to leave town, having the need to leave town, you know, just to get out on the road and play shows, you know. So I mean, for me, that's a huge one, you know. It's like, you know, if things work out well and we end up going over to the UK or something and doing some touring, that would be like a huge milestone for all of us.
Absolutely.
So.
And we have a lot of fans listening in the UK right now, and we have a lot of British artists on. So people are listening all over the world right now, which is great. So
well, please, check us out. Help us spread the word over there, and we might be able to get over there. So
yeah, again, No Fiasco, and the name of the new album coming out next Tuesday is?
It's actually self-titled, No Fiasco.
That's what I thought. Okay. So the new album comes out May 10th. Go check it out. If you can get it in a record store, do that. That's the way to do it. Don't just buy one song on iTunes. At least buy the entire album. You know, these guys put together a body of work, not just one song.
Right,
so,
absolutely. Absolutely.
And got to see you guys live. Hopefully we'll check you out on the road as well. But wherever you are in the world right now, go see these guys when they're coming through your town or anywhere nearby you, and hopefully you'll get on some big festival like, you know, Lollapalooza or one of those, Rock on the Ring, something like that. Yeah, so nofiasco.com. Again, Seth, we can't thank you enough for your time today. We appreciate it, and we'll keep in touch with you guys and keep spinning your songs here.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me on.
This is Across the Board with Ian the Colonel. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Hawk Radio.
HawkRadio.org.